you get what you pay for, so to speak, to a certain degree. You don't want to get the least expensive because you don't know where you're getting it from. There's been all of these internet pharmacies that have popped up. You don't know, one, if they're in this country, two, if they're licensed, and if they are licensed, what kind of a product they're making. If you watch 60 Minutes, you see all this copycat stuff coming from Asia. 80% of the drugs, of the commercially available drugs that's bought on the internet, are fraudulent drugs. That was a special in 60 Minutes. So if the commercial drugs that they're copycatting are that way, you can imagine what they're doing with compounded drugs when it's comes in a white cream. Well, you can't see the chemical. You don't know if it's active or not. So buyer beware.
This looks like a legitimate website. But
Kibble tracks counterfeits from their source in clandestine labs to the United States, where they're typically sold through rogue internet sites, often posing as legitimate pharmacies.
The conditions are just abysmal. And if the consumer ever realized that products that they're putting inside their bodies come from dirty water, drying out in the open under a heat lamp, insects and everything else getting into it, contaminants being, brought into the equation and stuff, I think they'd be horrified.
So right now there are people around the world taking medications to save their own lives who are simply taking the wrong thing and they don't even know it.
Yes, absolutely.
Find someone that you can trust, that you can work with as either a physician or as a patient. We have 15 pharmacists here. We're dedicated to compounding pharmacy. Our goal is to assist the physician in finding the right medication for the patient in the right strain and finding a good source of chemical for that patient so they can have their symptoms or their disease state dealt with in a proper way.